So, remember these beams? We have some poplar, we have some red oak, and today we're going to do a pure wood working project. So no epoxy in this one. Going to attempt to make a better pot with a top, as you saw from the thumbnail. This one actually kind of works out. So, got my blocks cut up on the miter saw, and now we're doing a pure glue up. Haven't done a glue up in a long time. So, just taking that good sweet Gorilla Glue, everything's cut nice and even, stacking it, layering it the way I want. Not like that other project where I was attempting to do this. This one actually worked out because we learned from our mistakes on this woodworking channel. Anyway, so got everything clamped up, and this is the hot mess after I was done clamping everything up the next day. Let the glue set in for 24 hours, as you should. Please, people, allow your glue to set. Don't get impatient like I did early on in my woodworking career, because you will pay for it on the back end. And that Black & Decker drill is still working. Look at that thing. I think it's on its last legs. I got a DeWalt one I need to start using. So, got the faceplate put on there, and now we're going to start turning it down. So I figured out that if I have a large enough piece on my lathe that I need to shape down, if I push the lathe all the way to the back edge of my workbench, it stabilizes a little bit better instead of pulling it toward me. So if you have a MIDI lathe and you got a lot of material to work with, clamp it down or push it up against something, but that's essentially what I had to do for this one. So using a combination of my regular carbide tools and my regular chisels, and I'm starting to really love these carbide tools. I'm getting a lot of good work in with them, just, learning how to use them a little bit more proficiently. But, it goes pretty good. So we got this thing down to a good cylinder base. Now here I'm deciding, what layer is going to be the top, which layer is going to be the bottom. And what essentially is going to be the pot itself. So once we got it down to a good cylinder shape, I pretty much decided that over here by the tail end, take that sawzall and boom, cut it in half, take that piece, and that's going to be the main structure of the pot, and that will be the lid. So once I got that all figured out, now I'm just shaping a mortise inside of it so I can work it and reverse it on the lathe. Finally figured out what a mortise is. I've also heard it called a recess. So if you watch Nick Zametti, I think he calls it a recess and not a mortise. Technical terms, but appreciate the feedback in the comments. So got that basically leveled in the way I want. Now we're just putting the face plate on the main piece of our project here. Black & Decker drill still going strong, people. Let me tell you something. You can do a miraculous thing with Walmart tools. You don't need that name brand stuff all the time. Even though I have some name brand stuff, you can still get pretty, if you're just new to stuff, you can get stuff from Walmart and it works just as good. So here we are, got everything essentially the shape that I want. Now we're just getting everything balanced before I put the mortise in. So once I got it nice, round, and balanced, now I'm just edging everything out, making everything nice and even, using the carbide tools and just easing my way in through it, creating that nice centerpiece so that it'll attach to the chuck and not fly off, as so famously I am known for doing. Got that in, fit just like a glove. So now we're going to reverse it, and you can see there I'm wearing a Band-Aid made out of tape because regular Band-Aids do not hold onto woodworkers' fingers. So tape is, I guess another option, at least for me it is. So here we are, got it reversed on the chuck, and now we're just shaping down the bottom of it. And, this part's going pretty well, actually. Now I'm just basically trying to even out the back end of it, taking more material off. And here we go again with this part. Yes, I definitely know that I need a larger piece to bore out the middle of it. Have not been able to get over to Lowe's and get one. I just wanted to do it as an experiment, so I'm kind of getting more comfortable using that. But I will be getting a larger piece to bore out the middle of these wooden pots. So if you want to leave a comment about it, feel free. But yes, I know I need to get a larger bit for doing those kinds of techniques. So once I got the majority of it dug out there, saw a little bit of wobble there. I did get one part of it where it did it didn't fly off the lathe, but it wobbled itself off the lathe a little bit. But boring or doing the getting everything out went relatively well. Didn't have a lot of issues with it. The only problem is with these bigger pieces like this, they're elongated, so really getting the chisel in there, if you can't rest it on the banjo, you get a little bit more movement the deeper you go, because it makes it a little bit more difficult to control the chisel. But overall, got the nice shape out of it, got it dug out real well, or gouged out real well. Now we're just working the sides, trying not to have the edges explode like I've had in previous projects when I first started woodworking, and you can see it there a little bit. So this part went relatively well, and the next part will be obviously the lid. So got the lid back on the lathe, and now we're just getting that nice generalized shape to it. Basically same technique, and we're just trying to round out the appropriate sizes for the lid. I can never get that good suction that, you know, a lot of other woodworkers will get when they do pots like this. Either one, I get impatient, or I just take down too much material to where it doesn't have that nice Ziploc seal. And there's my camera autofocusing for some reason. So once I got that figured out, then I made another mortise and reversed it on the tannin, or reversed it on the chuck. And this will be essentially the top of the pot, and had a nice little mushroom top dome shape to it. Doing something a little bit different. Taking the carbide tools and just basically making that nice round shape to it. And now we're just, instead of attaching a separate piece, that's the attachment for the lid, this will be where you'll pick the top of the pot up. So there it is, looking real nice and neat. It's washed out with the light. When I get a better YouTube channel, I'll start trying to control the lighting a little bit better. Problem is the sun from the garage and the light of the camera light. Basically, but that poplar wood is real light colored wood, so everything looks washed out. So here we are, sanded it down. Didn't get too aggressive with the sanding. I think it went from 220 all the way up to maybe 400 grit, and now we're just hitting it with that nice wood wax. Really, you can see the way the wood really shines once you just wax it up really well, and nothing looks washed out. But overall, really happy with the way the project turned out. It didn't fly off the lathe. We didn't have a million problems. The only real problem I had was the garage was 1,000 effing degrees, because it's hotter than hell here in Texas, and that's just how it is here. But here's the lid, doing the same thing, just getting that nice shine. Did the same technique for the sanding with that one as well. So see there, now we're done, and now we're ready to attach the lid to the pot, and there is the final project. Nice, done, and complete. So hope you guys like the project. You see those nice two tones, the way they look, really good on camera, the way this pot turned out. Lid looks really good. Bowl looks really unique with that two-tone poplar and that oak. But hope you like the project. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see you guys in the next project, and I'll check you guys out later. Okay, so the project is done. I've been out in the garage since around 8:30 this morning. It's hot as fuck in here, but we got the project done. It's like 180 degrees in Texas. My neighbors, I'm pretty sure, hate my guts right now because I was out here so early. But we gotta get these projects done, baby. Okay, I'm a woodworker. We got stuff to build. I don't have time. But haven't done anything with the lid. Haven't done a glue up. Haven't done just a pure wood project in a long time. So had a lot of success with this. A little bit issues with the tools. I think I sharpened the edges wrong on those. But overall, this is one of the larger bowls that we've done on the channel. So boom, there it is, kids. Anywho, so hope you like the project. Don't forget to subscribe. It's 1,000 degrees, and I gotta go. So stay cool, guys. Bye.